And now, live from Isolation Station in Burbank, California, it's The Plague, week 59 of the Allison Rosen is Your New Best Friend show. Tonight, Allison welcomes a guest. He's a man so efficient, he uses one soap for his face, hair, and body, and then he dashes through the house naked and rolls around on the carpet until he's dry. It's hashtag Al. He's a producer and chef whose kitchen junk drawer contains batteries, junk tools, furniture straps, floor protectors, and Velcro fasteners. It's Jeff Fox. And she's a comedian whose love affair with Arby's got Chick-fil-A so crazy they're yelling at their mom for not making them a roast beef place. Don't do that to yourself, Chick-fil-A. There are still so many people out there who would want a soggy chicken sandwich with pickles on it. So many people. It's Jenna Kim Jones. Tone Zone is here, and he's fully vaccinated, so now he can stay in his house all day because he wants to. I'm her husband, Daniel, saying hop on board the Love Bus and say hello to your new best friend, Allison Rosen.
Allison Rosen. Allison Rosen is your new best friend. Allison with her good times never end. Allison Rosen doing the wavy pencil dance again. Allison's your new best friend.
Hello, my little snickerdoodle poodles. Welcome to another exciting episode of Allison Rosen is Your New Best Friend. That particular carbohydrate was sent in on Patreon by Tyler Furland. And he said he's not sure if it's a real thing, but he wanted to say it out loud to get it out of his brain. And I just related to that feeling so intensely. In fact, I don't like to start off the show on a crazy note. However, I'm just going there though. There was one time where the word Nimitz was stuck in my head and I had to say Nimitz out loud. I am hoping this is not a just me or everyone. I know it's also Tyler, but anyway, I feel I've potentially opened the door to fictional carbohydrates being submitted. And that is not a direction I want to go. So if you're thinking, oh yeah, now I can just make them up. No. Please send real ones. But I do like the sound of snickerdoodle poodles, and I feel like I'm sure someone has made it. So anyway, sign up for my Patreon. You can submit carbohydrates. You have just unfettered access to me. Daniel and I did a Zoom party this weekend. A listener whom I had never met before, who's a professional saxophonist, regaled us with some saxophoning. I mean, I made him do it, but it was great. And I got to meet a lot of other people. Bonus episodes. I mean, and a new perk for the confidant level. You can text me and I'll text you back. I mean, all day. I'm just texting people and texting them back. And it's super fun. Anyway, I'm very, very, very excited about this show. I am. Oh, and I forgot to mention the other Patreon perk. You can see the episode. All the people, this episode that you're listening to, you can actually see it, the video of it. So I would like to say hello to my guests. So excited. Jenna and Al. Hello.
Hello. What's going on?
Well, I could ask the same of you because when we were scheduling this episode, I was like, what about this day? And you're like, oh, could we do it a week later because we're moving that day? And I was thinking to myself, I would have to push it out like 3.5 weeks from the move date because moves are just so traumatic almost. But then but we waited. Actually, to be quite honest, I wrote back with a question. I got no response. And a question about, what's going on with the move? That's okay, though. We'll save it for the show. However, as we record this, you're sitting in your old house. So I know there's a story there, which we will get
it's
to.
Even worse.
Jeff Fox, a man it's like you are in the dark with a diamond-shaped light behind your head. It is like you are exiting a spacecraft. Hello. This is a visual.
It is a visual. In honor of the Academy Awards last night, I'm going for a whole filmy look here. Daniel knows about this. What we call this in Hollywood it's called cherry churros.
Cherry churro.
Interplay of light and dark.
That's right. Cherry churros, also the best churros.
Yeah.
Now, is that like
$85,000 worth of film school at work here for you, ladies and
for
gentlemen.
cherry churros? It's so good. It's so cinematic. It makes
Thank you.
It's stirring. It makes me feel things I didn't even know I could still feel.
Could this be the first noir podcast?
No, I think the first noir podcast was when we had a blackout.
Oh, yeah. That was really noir.
Do you remember that? So,
Oh, yeah.
because Al had to leave. It actually was past the middle because Samantha was there and our AC had also gone out and she was
Yeah, it was
burning
like
up.
118
hot.
degrees.
It was so hot.
I mean,
actually thought about that podcast earlier today.
you were thinking about
we were
it?
we were talking about how Sam
Funny.
fell asleep once, and I went the only time I've been able to get her out of the car seat and have her still be asleep is when she fell asleep when I was driving home from your house after that blackout, after I left early.
Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe you need
And
to
then-
dysregulate her temperature more often.
And also,
Yes.
I had to give Jenna a ride home after that. And
That's right.
I think I told Jenna when I got her home, but I'll tell everybody now. I was so nervous driving Jenna home because it was like, for me to get across town, it's like, I'm some jerk trying to get through a stoplight or whatever. Waze is trying to kill me, making me go left onto La Brea with no light. But with Jenna, I was like, oh my God, this is Sam's mom in the car. I have to get her home
Precious
safe. And I'm driving
cargo.
like 32 miles an hour.
We appreciate it, Jeff.
We did. That was a great drive home. I had fun.
That was fun.
If
I should be an
anyone
Uber.
watches The Hills, the original one, that is whatever his face is referred to as precious cargo. Jenna is precious cargo.
That's right.
Yeah, that was a crazy show. I'm very impressed that we were able to pull it off.
That was crazy.
Yeah, no, we had everything. We had drops. We had all the recording was going. I don't think we had the headphones going, but other than that, we made it happen.
Yeah, we had candlelight.
Yeah.
We had a picture in the dark.
Sweaty armpits.
I can't
Sweaty leg pits.
stand being hot. So really, it's a credit to me that we pulled that off. Is not where I was going with that, but I'm sticking with it. Daniel Quantz, 2 Thursday shows in a row. What is going
Quantz on you,
on?
Snappy.
Oh God!
What's up, everybody? Quantz. I know. It's almost like I'm back or something. Snuckulos. I think the letter from the Biden administration to force you to have me back has worked.
How did you arrange that?
I have connections.
So
Part of the
Daniel,
stimulus plan.
Yeah.
I
What?
have a bone to pick with you in a
Great.
moment.
Great.
Doesn't it feel just like old times?
It's weirder.
Well, I haven't picked the bone yet. I think once the bone picking begins, I think then it'll feel like old times.
Well, that'll make me feel grounded.
Speaking of heat, hang on a second. It's very warm in here. I gotta adjust this. Okay. I need to also say hello to Tone Zone. Hello.
Hello. Speaking of heat, I don't know. Sounded like that thing.
Oh, no, that was good. That was good.
Heat.
Yeah. Let me
hi,
redo
yeah.
that. Speaking of
yes.
heat, Tone Zone. Hello.
Hello. I'm here and I'm hot.
Sure.
Yeah, this is not
Tony,
this backfired.
You're a songwriter, so you should know that heat rhymes with street. So you can write songs. Heat is on the street or stuff like that.
I'm
Yeah.
feeling super neat.
Nope.
I am feeling super neat though because I am officially after my 2 weeks since my second vax. I saw
What?
humans this weekend indoors. I hugged people.
You
What?
did?
Yeah.
Well, you are going for it.
Yeah.
Did you know these people?
I'm just ready.
Who'd you hug?
Did you know them, or was this just at Trader Joe's or something?
No, it was friends. It was friends.
Nice.
Yeah. I
So
didn't get that crazy.
Is everyone here at full immunity?
I am.
Yep. Jen and Al?
Almost. I
Yeah,
am.
almost.
Yeah.
Nice.
Almost.
Yeah.
I'm as immune as I get. I mean, I'm like a petri dish. Like anything that goes around, it will make a stop in my system. So
Yeah.
yeah.
You're like in and out when people come to LA, you know? Like
Yeah, you gotta.
You got to stop at the Jeff.
Yeah, new virus
Get
comes
yourself-
in and be like, oh, have you been to Jeff? Have you made snot in Jeff yet? No,
Yeah.
but you got to.
You gotta check
have
it
to.
Before you leave,
Viruses-
make sure.
Yeah.
Viruses have T-shirts that say Jeff on them, like with like graphics, because
Yeah.
to show their friends they were actually in LA.
Yeah,
5
and
stars
actually,
on Jeff Yelp.
at the newsstand at the airport, you can get like a really overpriced Jeff souvenir.
Yeah.
If you're like, oh, I forgot. Got to get this for someone.
On their way
Okay.
out of town.
All right, Daniel. So earlier today, when you get vaccinated, you get a vaccine card. And I put mine in my wallet, and Daniel put his in his pocket. And then Daniel's mom was here, and she very kindly, like, this woman loves doing laundry. Jenna, you know how your mom loves being pregnant?
Yes.
This woman loves doing laundry.
Oh no, my mom loves doing laundry. Doesn't love being pregnant. My sister loves
Oh.
being pregnant. But yes,
I had it backwards. Well, I knew that altogether all the women in your family enjoy things that I have no interest in. But I mean, like,
I should have married them.
so she will request items that need to be washed and sincerely, like, oh, please, I really, she just can't wait to get her mitts on your dirty laundry. Daniel, didn't you fly home with dirty laundry when you were in college?
Yeah, as a gift.
So anyway, she washed Daniel's pants and he was like, what is this thing weren't you like wondering what the paper was that was in your pocket? You
No, I
hadn't
was trying to-
identified it.
No, I was trying to find the card and I couldn't find it, and then I checked the pocket and found it.
Oh. So anyway, the vaccine card went through the wash, so it got destroyed. So Daniel is trying to get another one, and he turned to me today and said, I'm trying to remember the not specific and also confusing way you phrased this, Daniel. You were like, do you
what
remember?
the fuck?
You're like, do you remember what the medical records they gave us were? Does that sound right?
No, medical record number.
But it was still like, do you remember the medical record number they gave us? And I said,
I thought
what?
you knew I was on with Kaiser.
No. How would I know that? Makes you think, doesn't it?
I'll get back to you.
Yeah. So do you know the medical records number they gave us? And I didn't. What?
Are you sure though? You didn't
Yeah.
know that that's what I was trying to do?
I'm sure.
Okay. All right.
So I had no idea what he was talking about. And I looked at him blankly. And the look he gave in response, because I was like, what are you talking about? The look
Totally
he gave
deserved.
in response to my confusion was one of like, what
believe this.
did I do in a past life to make it so that I have to deal with this moron?
So annoying.
It was seriously like, and I bring this up because the Gottman Institute studies relationships, and they say they're the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, which are the 4 signs that your relationship could be in trouble. And I jotted them down because we do all of them. It's criticism, defensiveness, stonewalling, and Daniel, contempt.
Criticism. What was it? Stonewalling?
Defensiveness and contempt.
Pass. Get the fuck out of here. Look.
We don't do all of
I think
them.
we're 1 out of 4, honestly.
We do.
I don't
What'd you
think
say?
the other 3. We're maybe 1 out of 4.
Yeah, no. I
But
don't.
maybe
actually
the
don't-
level of contempt is so good it makes up for the other 3.
I don't think we do them. I just felt I saw a flash of contempt in your eyes today.
It wasn't contempt, honey. It was exasperation. It's like how on earth can you not have it on the tip of your tongue, this medical reference number that
Medical
we received
record
a long
number.
time ago, record number. And now how could you not know based on the nature of my silence that I was on hold with Kaiser?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, first of all, are you on hold with anyone as long as when? Sorry, Al. As you are when you're on hold with Kaiser.
Kind of the first thing you have to know is that record number, though.
The record number was key. I had forgotten about it, and they was like, "Have your record number handy," and I was like, "Oh shit, oh shit." But as it turned out, I got an operator, and she was just going to transfer me to an endless hold situation. I think that my specific request was not urgent enough. But that's okay. We still had a positive experience at Kaiser.
But
Oh, go ahead.
But then, Daniel, when you specified what you were talking about, how fast did I provide that number for you? I mean, it was like
You
I'm
did have
snapping.
it.
There's a visual. I'm snapping.
You had it.
It's also an audio.
Well, I'm sorry, honey. I felt like I was about to get somebody, and I took it out on you. My frustration, and I shouldn't do that.
But
It's
did
okay.
you get somebody, and are they going to replace your vaccine card? Because I
got nobody. But what I did get was a voicemail, and I left it, and I feel optimistic that I will get a call back.
He left his medical record number on the voicemail.
Because I feel that our service with them was really good, and the people that we met there were really
they'll get
really,
you one.
They were really good people that worked hard and were very friendly. So I don't have the sense that I'm not going to hear back from them. Let's just
They'll
put it
take
that
way.
way.
Of you.
They
They'll take
will.
care of
it.
You're gonna be. You'll get it.
They're busy.
get
They're
it.
busy. They don't have time to worry about me and my mistake washing my car. And the thing is, like, I don't even know if I need this card.
Right. It's a mystery.
Well,
I just have this fear in the back of my head that there's going to come a time when it's like, you need that third booster and I don't have the card. Tough shit.
Yeah, I've
know what I
wondered
mean?
what you do if you lose it. That's something I've been paranoid the whole time.
I know.
It seems like such a weird system. Like,
then
here's this
Tony
little
pulls
piece
it out of
cardboard.
his shirt, laminated.
Yeah.
Pulls it out on a
I'm
necklace.
gonna
vaccine.
cast it in bronze and make
There
it
you
really
go.
heavy. It's gonna be like one of those gas station keys. It's gonna be on the chain to a
Something this
hubcap,
long, a
so I
foot
can't lose
long.
it.
Yeah.
I could make you a new one really easily. I'll give you a bundle price if you get that and
Says
a
Yeah.
passport from Burkina Faso. Give you a good price.
Go for it, Daniel. You don't know where your passport is?
What?
Well, let me recap the last minute of the show.
All right, let's start the show.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Hello, my little snickerdoodle poodles. Jeff is going to give you a great price on a new vaccine card and a passport from Burkina Faso.
Yes.
I don't even know where that is.
Were you just saying go for it, like take him up on the offer?
Yeah, because you don't know
Oh.
where your passport is. So I'm
No, you
saying,
don't.
hey, vaccine card and a passport.
Oh, yes. Well, of course, Jeff. Yes.
Allison, you know who's playing in Burkina Faso?
What?
The David Matthews Band. What is the name of the country?
Burkina Faso.
Well, Burkina Faso is starring in, I think, won an Oscar. Did anyone watch the Oscars last night?
It was Enrique Fasano.
Kind of.
No.
Yeah.
I did not watch.
I also watched part of it, and it was just, and I think it's just from seeing the Oscars with a full, theater for so many years. There was something so depressing about the Oscars during COVID time that it just made me feel like, what if we didn't do it?
Yes.
Well,
This is- go
we were
ahead.
trying to be less depressing by doing it in a bus station. Is that right?
Yeah. That was
Union
one.
Station.
But
Yeah.
then this is how I felt at Thanksgiving this year. They still did a parade, but there was no people.
Yeah.
But it wasn't even like a full parade. They had like people who were dancing outside in masks, and it was cold, and there was no audience. And I just thought, like, maybe not do it.
Right.
I'm with
If
you.
you have
Skip it.
if you have a parade with no people, then you're just moving stuff from one side of town to the other side of town.
Yeah, that's half the fun of a parade is seeing the crowd there that's like you wish you were as excited about the parade as the people watching the parade are for some reason. Like, I could take or leave a parade, but when you watch it, you're like, oh, look at all these people. They're loving this. Well, that's kind of fun. But then when you see it without the people, you're like, yeah, this is just terrible.
This is just people walking.
Yeah. And then they would do their little dance numbers and then stop, and there was just no applause whatsoever.
Nothing.
No applause. And then they just, sadly walked away. And then some other Broadway something or other that isn't happening anyway. It was just dark times.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right. I think that they're trying to show that like life can go on, but there's something just about all the differences that just highlights what we're missing to me. Not that I'm a big award show person anyway, but just to circle back real fast. Tony, where do you keep your card?
I literally have it on my fridge, like magnet on my fridge. Because
Okay.
I was like, that I know where it is. I won't forget, and it seems safe there.
That's where I always put my CVS extra bucks, and I 100% of the time forget to ever get them before going to CVS.
Yeah.
The only time
That's the place I put them too, and it's like I never go to my fridge before I head out the door to the drugstore. It's the worst place to put them.
The only time I ever successfully used CVS extra bucks was I picked up a prescription and got a receipt there. And then Daniel wanted to, like, we had separated and I had gone to pick up my prescription and paid for it and got the receipt. And then Daniel wanted to buy something at CVS. So then we checked out at the front and I was like, oh, I have extra bucks. It's the only time.
Nice.
Thank you. All right.
That's a great story. The
Contempt.
But back to the Oscars, it was like I felt like Hollywood has just given up. It's like it felt like we're gonna just land this plane. Like how it used to be this big, larger than life thing, and we used to celebrate going to the movies and all that. Yeah, no one cares anymore.
Well, there were barely any movies last year, right? I mean,
they could have filled it. Like, if they actually gave a shit, they could have filled it with memories of the movies you loved. A friend of mine posted something about how, like, theater chains are teetering on the brink of non-existence right now. And there was no, like, promotion or propaganda to get people excited about going to the movies again.
yeah, that's a good
Nothing.
Yeah,
That's a good
that's
point.
a good point. Like,
You know?
get people pumped up to go back.
Yeah, and it's like, this is a crisis moment for the industry, and it was just like nobody gave a shit. It was really sad. I don't know.
Maybe the studios are trying to put the beat down on theaters so that they can negotiate better terms from them when they come back.
Oh, God, probably.
Probably.
That's
All
so
of that said, I
sad.
didn't mind the setting, though. I actually thought I kind of liked the way it looked, though.
I have honestly no idea. I haven't seen one
Yeah.
moment from it today.
I
you
didn't
didn't miss much, but
I didn't mind the setting, but the like there's probably 70 people total or even less than that, and they're all spread out. I don't know, that felt depressing to me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no.
Maybe even fewer
Not
than
interested.
that. I don't know. Jenna L,
Yeah.
fill us in please on the whole moving situation.
Wow. Wow.
I'm 35, living with my parents.
Oh.
That sums it up.
So we decided somewhat unexpectedly that we were going to sell the house that we were in and get a different house. We found this house that we liked a lot. Cool floor plan. So much fun. But then we sold our house and it sold really, really, really fast.
Yes, I've heard of this happening in this market right now. Like how fast?
24 hours.
Yeah.
Wow.
23 hours, no pictures.
We didn't even
put
post pictures.
Wow.
We had people in our home checking it out from 8 a.m. till they wanted to come till 8 p.m. until we were like, no, can we please go back and put our children to bed?
Did you like stage it or anything? Did you do anything special? No.
Cleaned it.
Yeah, we just cleaned it.
Cleaned it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, so it sold crazy fast. And then we just decided, like, the people who were buying it wanted to get in really quick. And so we have Al's parents really close. And so we just decided to
Just put everything in
sell
storage.
the house, put everything in storage. And so we don't get into our house for another like 10 days.
Oh, that's not too bad.
It's
But you
not
do
bad.
have a house.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah. Hopefully.
Just being dramatic. Yeah, as long as we
Fingers
close.
crossed, as
Yeah, we
long
still
as it
gotta close.
closes.
Yeah.
We are very excited though. But yeah, we're kind of just living out of suitcases, hanging out with Al's parents,
just excited.
he's enjoying like home cooked meals and having someone listen to his problems regularly every night.
Understand them
And
make me peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and cut them
he gets them
diagonally.
cut the right way. It's really great.
Oh, are you a horizontal cutter, Jenna?
Oh yeah.
I'm a make your own sandwich kind of gal. I mean, I'll make you a sandwich, I guess.
No, I make them.
But he won't like it. He won't like it if I
won't
make
do
it.
it
I'll be
right.
like, I found this bread in the back of the freezer.
I used no-fat peanut butter because it's better. And then also, this is nothing bread. And I'm like, wait, what's nothing bread? It's just mostly clouds. And I'm like, wait, what? And it's like, but it's healthier. I'm like, but it tastes terrible. I'll make the sandwiches.
True. Or I'll be like, we don't have any bread. Here's some weird crackers that I found.
I used bagel thins. And like, bagel thins? Peanut butter and jelly? Yeah. Stuff like that.
So he's happy, okay? We're going to just let him enjoy these next few days till he has to come back and just live with me.
It's wonderful.
You know?
It's wonderful. We're all doing great.
Jenna, what if the keys to our marriages... Sounds like there's so many marriages going on, but that's not what I mean. But what if the keys to our marriages is to include our mothers-in-law?
Honestly, it might be.
Because when Diane comes, the place is clean. There's like some tender, loving care and like attention paid that I don't do.
Yeah.
She'll be like she brought us a spice rack. She just makes it really homey.
Yeah.
In the same way that with the Oscars, without people, you just realize what's missing. When she leaves, I'm like, I don't do any of that stuff. I'm not that kind of person. I don't have it. I don't know how. I don't know how to make it homey.
Oh, I know. They make such nice meals around here, like really well thought out. And I'm like, here's a tortilla. We're going to melt some cheese on it. And that's what we're going to call dinner. And then you should have seen the nachos that his dad just whipped up. He made the chips.
What?
Yeah, you cut up corn tortillas and
He
you fry them a little
fried them. He fried corn tortillas.
So you have a deep fryer, or is it just
no, just on the
just have, like, a
stove.
big-
Just on the stove.
yeah,
He just
kettle.
whipped out some tortillas, fried them up. They were crispy. And then he had some kind of saucy thing happening, baked
pretty
them
good.
in the oven. I'm like, what?
He planted his own corn, milled the corn with a stone, made
is
tortillas and
crazy.
fried them.
My daughter has always said she doesn't like potatoes. We've been staying here for a week. She loves potatoes all of a sudden. I'm like, turns out I just don't know how to cook a potato the correct way, I guess. I didn't know there was...
What is her desired potato preparation?
I don't know. There's
These
just
are
magic.
just mashed potatoes. They're
Just
mashed.
regular. I made mashed potatoes. They were like glue. I need help.
I
But
had to eat them with a fork and a knife.
You guys are the wife equivalent of the 2021 Oscars.
just sad and disappointing.
Just land in that plane.
Anyways.
You know what it is? Jenna and I were never intended to be wives. We are people who we should be married with children. Am I going anywhere with this, Jenna? Is this working?
I don't know. I'm like, I don't know, but I am a wife technically.
Yeah, I am one too.
Don't leave me.
I just we're a new kind of wife, like one that's not as good.
Like, 21st century.
Yeah.
Just don't leave me, okay, Al? I need you.
Okay.
Because I've been
promise.
having all my pregnancy scary dreams, and twice already since we've been living here, I have had the dream that he left me. So I am like, I'm a mess.
I can always tell because I wake up being bear hugged behind. I'm like, what is happening? It's 1,000,000 degrees.
Yeah.
Now,
don't leave me.
is
Don't
he
leave
leaving
me.
Is he leaving you for someone you know in the dreams, or just you're being left?
This last one, I will be honest, was not impressed with the girl. Did not think she was anything special.
But she's not someone we
She
know.
wore a lot less clothing than I usually
She's
do.
not Jennifer Aniston.
No, Jennifer Aniston was way back when. That was like with Dylan or
Yeah,
Sam.
Sam.
Maybe Sam. Yeah, no. And the one before, she wasn't even cute. And I just thought, like, well, that's rude.
I like what
At
I like.
least she should be,
I like what I like.
Wait, the one who wore fewer clothes than you, was she naked?
Kind of. She was wearing lingerie, and I thought that was
Wow.
weird. She showed up at my house wearing lingerie and was like, here to steal my man. And I'm like, this is a lot for me to take in right now. I feel really like, because I'm just at that spot where everything's falling apart, like on my body, It's like I'm so stretched out already, and I'm just getting more stretched out. So I think I'm just having a lot of like deep insecurities.
I didn't kill my wife!
He doesn't like my bagel thins. I mean, there's just a lot. There's
Bagel
a lot
thins are
going
fine.
on.
I just don't like your bagel thin peanut butter jelly sandwiches.
You're missing out.
Al, are you still worried about Jenna like falling down the stairs or something and you being accused?
Oh,
Yeah,
always.
no, I live every day with that fear.
Yeah.
And these,
Always.
I'm just constantly coping with, if she left right now and she was driving the kids to school, does it look like I'm culpable? I'm very concerned that somehow I made that car run the red light and they're going to come after me.
Every day,
I like
24 by
to
7.
make him live in fear.
24/7.
Was that a drop? 24/7?
24 by 7.
I don't remember that. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's always afraid
Always
of that.
worried. That's why I'm always
And
like,
I
be
actually
safe.
kind of hang it over his head a little bit just because I want him to be just like a little bit afraid,
If I'm going to say this tenderly, I'm trying to say this tenderly and sensitively because you know how much I love everyone here.
Right.
But Al, it just seems to me that you're more worried about what would happen to you if something happened to Jenna than you are worried about something happening to Jenna.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because he's like, oh, that one, like,
Well, listen, we're both well insured.
we are.
And
We're
so,
both-
and
yeah.
that's just to allow me to sleep at night, so that I know, like, if I go, she'll be fine. If she goes, I'll be fine. So I've already addressed that. It's now like you're totally innocent and nobody believes you.
That is a nightmare scenario.
That's my nightmare.
There should be a service, like an insurance that you could buy, that if, God forbid, Jenna, God forbid, something happens to you, okay?
Scared.
And Al gets falsely accused. You have
Yeah.
the insurance. They kick in. They come in and make sure that you're not a fugitive.
Well, I've made sure to write in all of my journals, like, if anything happens to me, it definitely wasn't my husband.
Is it in
So
his
that they
handwriting?
go back.
Yes, in
and
block letters. I'm like, oh, come on.
I cut it out of magazine article, like
Yeah.
magazine letters. And so I feel like I'm really trying to set him up to
It's-
win. I don't even, you know what? If I die, even if you go to jail for it, the only thing I care about is that he's not allowed to get remarried. That's all.
There you
yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Interesting.
Someday I'm going to find someone who smears my lipstick, doesn't make my mascara run. You know who you are. LOL.
You need the LOL at the end.
Yeah, it helps.
I had the dreams too, the dreams of Daniel running off. And I still occasionally have them, but not as intensely. Because I think it's when you're pregnant, you suddenly feel so like dependent and vulnerable.
Yes.
That's.
Yeah.
I know you've had those dreams because I wake up and you're looking at me with a big smile.
What kind of smile?
Just
Like
thinking,
relief?
Yeah, it's a joke.
Listen, there's some things
This is not normal.
I want to tell you guys about. And one, I think, is an amazing Mother's Day gift. It's the Skylight frame. Daniel and I, before they were even a sponsor on the show, Daniel and I were trying to figure out what to give our moms for, I think it was either Mother's Day or
I
Christmas.
think it was Mother's Day.
And every time, I can't remember. But it was a big holiday. And Daniel's like, I found the perfect gift. It's a Skylight frame. And it's this like beautiful digital frame that you can send photos to, and then it's got a touch screen. And my mom, so both of our moms love them, but my mom knows how to use it. And Elliot, when we go to my parents' house where my mom has it, prominently displayed, he knows how to use it. So that is how much you don't have to be tech savvy to know how to use it. My mom and my 4-year-old are able to do it. And it's like so beautiful looking. It looks like a real frame. And then it's got this like beautiful screen. It sets up effortlessly in under 60 seconds. And even the least tech savvy can use it. 100% satisfaction guaranteed. If you don't love it, but you will. But if you don't, they offer a full refund. Preload it with your favorite photos for a special Mother's Day gift. It's so simple. Even my non-tech savvy parents could set it up and use it. Now, as a special holiday offer, you can get $10 off your purchase of a skylight frame when you go to skylightframe.com and enter code Allison. That's right. To get $10 off your purchase of a skylight frame, just go to skylightframe.com and enter code Allison. That's Skylight Frame, SKYLIGHTFRAME.com and code Allison. I also want to tell you guys about KiwiCo. KiwiCo are great. It's a subscription box company service that sends you these project boxes that focus on STEAM. So science, technology, engineering, art, and math. And they have different lines for the different ages. So Elliot has now like graduated to a different line than he was. We started when he was very young, and they arrive in the mail, and then I secret them away and put them in the corner so he doesn't know they're there. And then I have a like amazing activity for if I need something to just, if we need for a day when we need an activity. At a certain point, I won't be able to hide them like this. But most recently, we had Space Search, and it was a sensory space box, and he painted planets and learned all about the solar system. And it was just so great. I'm a super big fan. There's no telling what a KiwiCo kid can do. Kickstart curiosity, creation, and innovation in kids today and discover a brighter tomorrow. Get 30% off your first month plus free shipping on any crate line with code Allison at KiwiCo.com. That's 30% off your first month at KiwiCo.com, promo code Allison. Again, that's KiwiCo.com, promo code Allison. And we're back. Jeff Fox, what's new with you besides the cherry churros?
I'm just excited to be a vaccinated person. It's very exciting. It's very relieving. Not really doing much different, but just the sort of mental relief of not having to think that some jerk at Trader Joe's is going to end my life by being a jerk is very exciting.
Yeah. Now, have you hugged people as well?
I have. I got my first hug in like 14 months about a week and a half ago.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow.
How was it?
Take it in.
It was nice. It was nice. As with all hugs, they're very nice, and yeah, it was great. I mean, it's just you don't think about it until you think about it. But like 14 months, I mean, it was like not even a handshake or a hug or anything. It's like, well, that'll leave a mark, you know. Like that's a big deal. So that was nice.
Right.
And he was like, "I'm just the Costco greeter. Excuse me, keep going in."
Like, but you're so friendly.
And where do you keep your vaccine card?
I keep my vaccine card on my bureau, the top of my bureau where I keep my keys and such, just because that's where I empty my pockets when I come in, and I had it on me, and so that's where I put it, so that's where it stayed. I haven't thought about what's a good spot for it.
Yeah, I'm still, I mean, like Daniel was saying, I'm still unclear whether we're actually going to need them or not. But
well, I think you can get them replaced or get them printed out or whatever. But I also took a picture of mine with my phone just in case I lost it or whatever. But
that's a good idea.
Yeah, there's a whole debate about whether you should or should not laminate it, because people say, oh, you should laminate it because then it'll be safe and it won't get torn up or it won't get messed up in the washer. But then other people say, well, but it needs to be updated, so you need to be able to write on it for the next one. So
exactly.
See, I was thinking it was a great excuse to finally get a laminator.
Is that something you've been wanting?
Always. Who doesn't want a laminator?
Oh, that would be so awesome.
The things you could do.
Okay,
laminate everything.
Here's
Al would laminate everything. I can see it already.
Yes.
A lot
Be
of
like, oh, we
checklists to
got a new
laminate.
toaster oven. Hang on, give me those instructions. I don't want those to get messed up.
Gotta laminate them. Put a little ring on them so you can flip them
man.
around. Yeah.
You can make notes on it in grease pencil and then change them.
It's beautiful.
I feel like a professional lamination job is like thick laminate, and then a home. And I don't know what's making me say this. Some kind of run-in I've had with cheap laminating, but I feel like a home lamination is like very flimsy. Can anyone back me up?
Yes.
Who's your laminating guy?
I know a guy.
Am I right, Jeff?
Yeah, the kind of full sheet laminators that I've messed around with at workplaces and such, they're sort of light duty, but what you're thinking of are the really kick-ass ones are the ones where it's like for an ID card or something where it's really heavy duty. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you can also just buy the lamination sheets where you just do it yourself, and it's very stressful.
Maybe that's
You
what I'm
have to-
thinking of. That's very flimsy.
Yeah, and it's terrible. I mean,
You get a crease in them or
oh, you can get one little mistake, and then it's all messed up. Yeah. So, well, now my whole plan of my, rationale, I'm going to get a laminator.
We'll just get a really expensive high-end ID card laminator.
Okay.
Think of it
Just
as
get
Okay.
No.
as an
Get
investment.
one of those lanyard. Like if you're going to a convention, one of those things, just to
The
insert
pocket.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the little pocket thing. That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because there probably will be boosters depending on.
I imagine so.
We'll be getting these boosters for a long time.
I'm into it.
But yeah, it was very exciting. I went out to eat a couple times. A friend of mine was camping up in Malibu. I went and visited him. I got all kinds out of the house.
You
It
feel
was very
free.
exciting.
Nice.
Yeah.
We still haven't really done that. I am, and the day that this comes out, I will be on Doughboys, and we did Olive Garden. So Daniel and I went and ate outside at Olive Garden. That was our first eating outside experience in this entire time.
Wow, you guys went big.
We really did.
You're like,
fuck
low
around.
sodium.
But it's weird. I like the malaise of the pandemic, even though I am vaccinated now, is still there, where I'm like, we should go to Descanso Gardens. In fact, Daniel, I think we should make plans to go. But I still find that I have to fight against the urge to just kind of do nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. It took me a while after I was vaccinated to kind of break the inertia of getting out of the house. And even sitting down to eat somewhere outside, I was super, super twitchy about it. So it really took a long time to, and it's still there to some extent. But yeah, it takes a while to break that.
Yeah, one of my first outings was, and this is important. It's important that this was one of the first things I did. I got my hair straightened because it had been just so long, and it was really something I did for the people more than me personally. I just felt it was my duty as Allison Rosen. But I parked in a lot where they locked it, and then we couldn't reach them, so I had to take a lift home. Which, even though I knew at that point, like, it's safe, that was more exposure to other people than I had bargained for, and so that I found that very anxiety-inducing.
You parked your car in a lot and then they locked it in?
Yeah.
Oh, that's my nightmare. That's another nightmare I have.
That's
You
That's
know,
the worst.
the weird thing was I knew, so it was on a Saturday, and the lot closed at 1. And of course, they claim there's a sign, and yes, there is a sign, but it was very small, and I just didn't see it. But also, it was small. I mean, they really don't make it clear. I mean, except for the sign, but you know what I'm saying? It's easy to miss.
I get it.
For me. Thank you. I feel like there
That's
should
ridiculous.
be big ass signs,
Yes,
not like
very
a
large.
small ass sign.
Perhaps a sign at every parking spot.
Yes.
Yeah, and Saturday at 1, like, is this some hot time that they're trying to keep people out of this lot? I mean, this isn't like
that seems
you're
prime
at the
time.
Sunset Strip at 4 o'clock in the morning. Like, where is this place
Or
that
maybe.
it's Saturday at 1 in the afternoon that they gotta keep people out of there?
I feel if I am to answer these questions, it's going to make me sound less sympathetic, and it's going to really, because right now we're all feeling that an injustice has been done with them locking the lot. But I think if I were to
Daniel's
answer,
on the fence.
yeah. So it's a medical building parking lot. The hair straightening salon is not in the medical building, but it's just a couple doors down. And like anyone can park in there. You pay. to park there. But they close it at 1 on Saturday because no one needs to go to the medical bill because that's when the building closes. I don't know.
But what kind of rinky-dink
Seems
operation
outrageous.
is this? You have the
Seems
spike
outrageous.
strips where you can't back up. You can close it and let people out. This is not 25th century technology here.
Yeah, I don't know. We called like the number, and then also my hair guy knew a few people in the surrounding businesses, but there was no getting my car out.
I'm just saying, I think you have a big lawsuit on you.
I am a litigious person. But anyway, to Al's point of this being a nightmare, I was very aware that like, okay, so it's Saturday at 4 or whatever, or 3 something, not important. And I will take a lift home. I will be fine. I am fully vaccinated and also double masking and wearing sunglasses because I'm still worried, but I'll be fine. And then I won't need, I haven't needed my car at all. I'm not going to need it between when I get home and when I take a lift back on Monday. So why is this so worrisome to me? It really does feel upsetting, even though it's really not a big deal at all.
Violating. They
but
have
it's
your
your
property.
car.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would bug me.
They're just borrowing it for, a day and a half.
I don't like it. Nope.
Although it must be safe. I mean, that's an upside. It's all locked in. It's not like somebody could steal it.
Right. I mean,
they have to lock the place down for some reason on a Saturday.
Yeah, right. And it also was underground. So, and the only thing of value in there was the car seat. So if someone's going to go through all that trouble, I mean, it's a heavy car seat.
So when I was doing business with Sam's Club years ago, one of the sales reps had to go to some sort of meeting where they were at a Sam's Club. If you're in a Sam's Club after they close, you have to stay in the Sam's Club until they open.
Wait, really?
Yes,
That
it's
is
just
the
like your
plot of a
parking garage.
movie.
Oh my gosh.
And he
I am
had
gonna
to spend the
stay.
night in the Sam's Club.
Like in
Because-
the actual store building.
In the store.
Yeah, but that's a great place to have to stay. Sam's Club
I don't know.
sheets are nice. You got mattresses
I'm not sure I would
for
want
days.
to, but yes.
There's tons of
full couches.
TVs to watch.
Yeah.
The best snacks.
He didn't enjoy it. He didn't stop complaining about it for about 3 years.
Now you have to stay in there because security won't open the door. Like that's the
Right.
rule.
I don't know. Yeah, that's just a thing. They
like a
just
real
will
health
not open the
hazard.
doors after a certain time.
Do you know how good they've got great cheesecake?
Yeah, just raid the fridges.
Just, I mean, I would. Let's just be honest. We're
You
in
got
there all night.
TVs, DVD players. I mean, you can really entertain
You
yourself.
could have a blast.
Do they
Cook
turn
up a pizza.
the lights out?
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't matter.
Yeah.
You got Sam's Club flashlights and batteries for days.
Yeah, but
I'm telling ya.
Oh, you'd have to. I was going to say, but how could you get them open? But you just go over to office supplies and get scissors.
They
No,
got
there are
scissors.
people
I mean-
in there. Like the overnight crew, like the cleaning crew, whatever. They
They get
work-
locked in.
They get locked in.
That seems really legal.
That seems like, what if someone's having a baby?
Let's do it. Let's have our baby in Sam's
I am
Club.
not.
I'm in.
Are there no Sam's Clubs in California? I feel like
There are.
Oh, there's one.
Oh, there are,
There.
and they are a much more pleasant experience than Costco. That is really where Al and I became Sam's Club members.
That's true.
I don't know if I've ever been to a Sam's Club.
You've got one just north of you.
There are
Really?
two really great ones north of you.
Wait, so it's like a Costco. I mean, I've heard of it. It's like a Costco
Yes.
It's-
with this
Walmart's version of
insane
the Costco.
policy of locking you in at night.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sam's Club is a little bit more oriented towards non-small business owning people, like in sort of theory. So like Costco orients itself a little bit more towards like people who work from home or have small businesses or whatever. And Sam's Club is just people who buy in bulk. So if you think of it, it's a little bit more consumer based.
That
They
sounds
have
better.
different things. Yeah, they
It's
have different
way
things.
fun. They haven't. We're totally doing an ad for Sam's Club right now.
Yeah.
You can use the Scan and Go app. You don't even have to
Amazing.
talk to people when you shop. You just scan what you want on your phone and then say, check out,
And
and
walk
then
through.
walk out.
Whoa.
Great.
Yeah.
Game changer.
Amazing.
You don't have to fight in that Costco line and stare people down.
And if you get the Plus membership, they let you start shopping at like 7:30 in the morning.
Early access.
I would never use that, but I like the option.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Do they have samples?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
They even have a sample machine, so you don't even have to talk to a person either, where you just scan your card and they just drop food at you.
It's usually wrapped. They don't make the hors d'oeuvre right there.
I feel
They
like
make it rain Skittles.
Has everyone here been to a Sam's Club?
I've never been to a Sam's Club.
Oh my
Listen, I know some people. I'll get you in. It's exclusive club. But, well,
Get
Come
me in
to
before they
Georgia.
close.
We'll take you. It's a party.
yeah.
Tony, have
Where's
you?
the one? Where's the one out here?
Yeah.
There's one in,
Right off the 5.
it's where, what do you go north on the 5, and it's, what is it that comes across?
118.
Calabasas or
118.
something.
Yeah, 118 and the 5.
Okay.
right
right
there.
there.
And,
And
then
then
if
there's-
you go up to Santa Clarita, there's a huge, fancy, nice one that it's never crowded.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's not far.
Yeah.
Tony, have you been?
I think a very long time ago, but it's probably been at least 30 years, if so.
Let's meet up. Let's all hug each other, and then let's go to Sam's Club.
We're actually members of both, so I feel like we can compare them.
Sam's Club and Costco.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have both memberships. We
We love to buy bulk.
we do. I just can't help myself.
Yeah.
I like the outing. I just don't like to buy that much in bulk.
Suburban Costco's are so much nicer than the ones here in LA. The ones here in LA are
Yes.
just a complete madhouse.
Costco in Burbank honestly like traumatized me. The few times I went, I thought I can never do that again. And
Yeah.
so that's when we joined Sam's Club because it was so unpleasant.
Yeah.
We'll
the
see.
one in
Go ahead.
the one in Los Feliz I joined years ago, I think when they first opened, and I was really excited, and it was $60 or something for a year membership. And I went there and walked around and started trying to buy stuff, and I was so irked by the experience. I just put everything back and left and never went back.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I've gone back with people to pick things up, and I thought, well, maybe I was being judgmental, and maybe it isn't as mad as I remember it. And it totally is. It's just a total madhouse.
The aggressiveness that people display in going after those free samples really turns you off to humanity.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
It's just like
the way people will wait and fight. There, when we lived in Burbank, there was one guy that got arrested because he punched a 70-year-old man in the face over like a popsicle or
because
something.
that 75-year-old man said, "Don't only take one, please."
Yeah, he
And so the
said,
guy
please
just
only
Really?
take
out,
one.
yeah.
And then he punched him in the face.
Charged
and-
with elder abuse.
Wow. Whenever Daniel makes this point, which he's made before, I'm always like, yeah, got to be cool about the samples. Like, I'm always like, it's a moment that I check myself because I have the tendency to be like, ooh, what's next? What's next? You know, and then I have to act all like, yeah, I mean, I could really take it or leave it. What's the big idea?
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I tell my girls when we're at Costco, like, act like you've been here before, girls. Like, come on. It's just cheesecake, but then we also have to get it.
That's what Daniel says to Wendy when she's being super spazzy.
Act like you've been here before.
Yeah.
Act
Yeah.
like you've pooped before.
she wants
Act
to
like you've been a snuggleberry before.
yes. Allison loves the samples so much she will find the people giving out the samples when they're off.
That's not true.
She get their autographs.
That's
I was a
Not
Costco
true.
sample. I
I
went
said, honey,
as a
it's weird.
Costco sample lady for Halloween, right? Like maybe the
Oh,
year
that's a
before I
good-
met you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome.
what'd you wear in your hands?
I don't think I did anything. I wore khaki long shorts and white sneakers and like a polo shirt and then had a name tag. And then I had when I was at Daily Show and we had an apron that we'd made as a prop that had the Costco logo on it. So I wore that apron and then I walked around with a tray and had candy samples. 'Cause
I
it was
love
Halloween.
it. So I'm going to say
elaborate.
something controversial, and I just hope it doesn't cause a rift. And anytime I traffic in controversy, I try to figure out, is there a way we can yes, please, or oh, please this? You know what? Fuck it. I should be able to say whatever I want, and if I hurt someone's feelings, fuck them. Can we yes, please, or oh, please? I don't think we can. This one, I know I'm the only one. I don't love, I can barely get the words out.
Oh, boy.
Sometimes I don't love the experience of Target.
Oh,
Target.
Oh. I'm okay with that.
You
I'm
are?
Okay with that. Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Tony's going to weigh in here in a second. But every time I go to Target, which is once every couple of years, I always think, yeah, let's go to Target. And then immediately I'm like, why did we go to fucking Target?
There's something, and again, I think this is to Jeff's point about the LA version of these stores.
Might be.
Yeah.
The Hollywood
Yeah.
Target is like, okay, well, I'm underground and it feels cramped and everything is expensive and I no longer have the will to live. That's what
You know
happens
how
to
at
me.
Don't go to the
Disneyland,
Hollywood one.
yeah, you know how
Hollywood one's terrible.
well at
Yeah, that
Disneyland, like
doesn't
in
help.
before you get on the ride, they try to make the waiting like really pleasurable. It's almost like it's nice and air conditioned, and there's whole things to look at for long periods of time and music. The Hollywood Target is the opposite philosophy, where it's like these underground parking garages that are 1,000 degrees, no air conditioning, everything stinks like a baby diarrheaed on old gym clothes, and then they smeared it all over the place, and that is like that's your prelude to a Target.
Yeah.
So it gets you in. Maybe they're trying to contrast the stink of the Target so it smells better.
Anything's better than this.
Yeah.
The one in Burbank, I like. It's a good, fun experience. When I go in there, I generally have fun, and it's weird because it's essentially the same crap as Walmart. But when you go into Walmart, it's like ugh. But at Target, somehow it's kind of fun.
Target has the same stuff, but less of it.
Right. But
that's
so
true.
I've been to that Target in Burbank and have had fun there. And then I was in North Hollywood, and there's a Target in North Hollywood, which geographically is not that far from the one in Burbank. And I happened to be there, and I just needed something. And I said, well, I'll just go into this Target. All Targets are the same. All Targets are not the same.
Mm-hmm.
The one in North Hollywood is like the last helicopter out of Saigon. It was like the end of the world. And it's like, this is like a corporate store. They should all be largely the same. But the one in North Hollywood, you just want to crawl in a hole and die.
All right,
felt
Tony,
that.
defend Target.
Yeah, Tony.
Well, here's what I will say, and this it's not even necessarily Target specific, but Target, especially in this last year, it's probably the place outside of my apartment that I went to the most, because when I go grocery shopping, I'll just get most of them at Target because I'm not buying a ton of groceries because it's just me, and they have most of the things I need there. And then, while I'm there, if there are other things that Target would have that I can get, I'll get it. And I think the prices are good compared to a lot of places. And this is the thing that I was saying is not necessarily Target specific, is I'm lucky that I have, the freelance schedule. So I'm very flexible, and I try to completely avoid most places, like on the weekends or evenings, really. So like when I go to Target, I go in the morning or the afternoon and on a weekday, and it's super easy.
Yep.
That makes
Yes.
sense.
Yes. I have so much. Yes. Okay. Target in the morning before it gets crazy is wonderful. Never go to Target on a Saturday.
No.
Never go to Target anywhere near any holiday.
Yep.
It doesn't matter which one it is. Avoid. I will say Target can be a great shopping experience when you're used to like shopping with kids and then you go without kids. I was at Target maybe 4 nights ago by myself at like 9 p.m. and they don't play music in Target. It's like one of their things. And I love it because I walk in and there's no song bugging me. There's no nothing. I can just like silently walk the aisles, or I could put my headphone if I did want to listen to something. Like that is pleasant. But I want to I want to add on to yours,
Okay.
Allison. Now, I do love Target and I've spent way too much money at Target, but I have never bought a piece of clothing at a Target that I liked. And I have friends who are like, it's the only place I will buy clothes.
Yeah, I know so many people that shop for clothes there.
Won't do it. I have I have a couple maternity things and I wear them because that's all I have. They're from Target, but I don't love them. I don't understand why people love the clothes at Target.
People who love clothes at Target, write in, let us know, ARIYNBF show at gmail.com. I see a hand up. Yes, Jeff.
Hey,
I'm wearing I agree generally with Jenna, but I am literally at this moment wearing a pair of shorts that I got at Target that I love.
You know what?
So
I bet.
it's a long drive to get there, but it can be found.
Do you also like wearing thongs? Because I bet all the girls who wear thong underwear also love Target clothes.
Yes. Jenna, I received so many. I mean, first of all, so many people agreed with us that thongs are uncomfortable and ridiculous. But then a lot of thong defenders came out of the woodwork.
Uh-oh.
Yes. And after that podcast, I got like 1 million ads in Facebook that were like, this thong is the best thong. And I'm like, no, it's not. Leave me alone.
This thing that like, no, this one is comfortable. No, this one is comfortable.
Yes.
You forget about it. Like, you'll get used to it and then forget about it. I'm sorry to repeat myself, but I don't want to have to break-in period with my underwear.
Right.
Exactly. There's something I was going to say. It had to do with I did want to say, to Tony's point about grocery shopping, during the pandemic, we have done delivery from Target, and that's been nice because they do have, everything. So that's been good. I'm talking about more the in-store experience or my memory of it from a few years ago. Something I do recommend highly, a new product to me, although the company is Osea, and I had heard of it because Jackie Johnson talks about Osea a lot. They make really great skincare stuff, and I like all their products, but I'm especially excited about this Undaria algae body oil. It's luxurious and rich, but not greasy or sticky. So, it's, I don't know if you guys are feeling dry right now. I come out of the shower parched. My skin is, I just feel it's like, I don't know. I was going to say the winter air, but it's spring. It's the dry spring air. But my skin is very dry, and this body oil is great because you put it on and it's like instantly moisturizing, and then it dries completely and it smells. Look, I'm going to smell. I have it for people who are listening. I have it in the studio with me. I'm going to smell it. It's like really light and bright and citrusy. Osea's Undaria algae body oil instantly moisturizes and replenishes dry skin, leaving every inch silky smooth. Osea soaks hand-harvested Undaria algae in barrels of oils for up to 6 months, and the result is liquid gold, a rich, luxurious, never greasy body oil, fragrant with sunny citrus and top notes of sweet passion fruit. You can try Osea risk-free for 30 days and get free shipping on orders over $50. They even send free samples with every order, and get 10% off your first order with my promo code Allison at Osea, O-S-E-A Malibu.com. That's 10% off with code Allison at Osea Malibu, O-S-E-A Malibu.com, OseaMalibu.com. Okay. I believe.
Let me smell that. Pass that over here.
I believe we have some iTunes comments of the week. If you enjoy what you're hearing, please keep those. Well, I am old school, so I still call it iTunes, but I believe now the correct term is Apple Podcasts. Keep those Apple Podcast reviews coming. 5 stars is our favorite number. Thank you. Well, let's hear some.
Allison wants your iTunes comments. Allison wants them, yes she does. Please leave her some iTunes comments and don't forget to click 5 stars.
right. So we have 2 pauses and a neg. And let's hear the positives first.
Oh, is there a negative? 2 positives?
Yeah, I sent you 2 positives. One of them seems like a negative, but it's actually a positive.
Oh, okay. Naughty Alley Cat. Simply the best. Better than all the rest. Pretty good.
That's the whole comment. Yeah. And I just want people to realize you don't have, like, maybe you're feeling like, oh, I love this podcast. I don't want to write an essay. No need. We'll take just a one-liner.
That's right. Number 2. Derek DeSilve, 20. Listener in Montana? ? No, ... Not a fan of how you arranged the Zoom boxes during the latest pod. Need #Al to read my negative review. Also 5 stars.
Well, thank you, Derek. I am trying to figure out what that is a reference to. I think on the last Thursday show, Renee was talking about realizing that if you're in a Zoom meeting that you're not enjoying, you can just like shrink it up into the corner. And then we all shrunk our screens and then collapsed them and then opened them up and then everyone was in a different position. So I didn't realize you can just like rearrange, you can just drag the boxes around and rearrange them. So I think that's what it's a reference to. I don't know, but I'm glad that you had your dream of having Al read the comment.
Yeah.
You had that dream come true. But listen, not everyone loves the show. Daniel.
I don't. Okay, here we go. This is Not a Hand Washer by Owlus P. She never washes her hands, and I mean never. 1 star.
It's such a weird comment. Like, did this person...
This is my way of trying to get through to you as I wander.
Did this person see me in a bathroom not washing my hands, and then they're like, I'm going to make a comment?
Did you talk about it?
Did we years ago talk about it?
Maybe.
Years ago we mentioned like maybe after every time you go to the bathroom at home you don't always wash your hands.
I don't
only
always.
at home.
So that's the
only
thing
at
is
home.
that this weird critical comment there's a kernel of truth in it. I've talked before. My hands are like too much and this pandemic has not been great for these hands and my my propensity to like peel. Anything harsh on my hands makes them start peeling. And it's unsightly and uncomfortable. So I try to avoid it. So if I do not feel like I need to wash my hands, I don't always. It's not always a perfunctory hand wash. So this Owlus P person, I mean, they might have honed in on something, but it sounds like they've been watching me in bathrooms forever. Gross.
That's true.
I didn't tell anybody. I don't know.
But look, I'm not saying
pretty much just let my dog lick the inside of my mouth. So
I'm not saying I never wash my hands. If they need to be washed, which in this environment they often do. Every time I change a poopy diaper, I wash them.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes I'll give them a little sniff first, and then I'll be like, yeah, I'm definitely washing these.
I mean, I'll back you up and say you probably wash your hands. I've never seen it, but I'm sure you're not lying.
Well, so
That's not your personality.
I've been using. Thank you. I've been using.
But I've literally never seen it. You have the same bar of soap next to your sink from when we met.
That is not true.
Dust on it and a dead fly.
That's not true, Daniel.
No, but I'm sure you do somewhere.
What?
I'm sure you've done it.
You know that I buy that is something I do buy in bulk.
Make it worse, Rob. Make it worse. You are such an effing idiot.
I buy bars of soap in bulk. That's my commitment to washing my hands or my body.
Yeah. No,
because
like I said, I'm sure you
look,
do.
Al can use a 5-in-1 body wash. It cleans his hair, it conditions his hair, it cleans his body, it drives his car, it tucks his kids into bed. 5 things.
Al is an efficient machine.
I have to use. I can't use a body wash because it'll irritate my hands. So I use a special sensitive skin soap, and I buy it in bulk. Daniel, see, Daniel.
Listen, I'm sure your hands have been wet and touched soap. That's what I'm saying. I'm sure they have.
That's like washing your hands.
You know what's really murder on my hands? Again, worth it in the pandemic. But any place you go where they automatically squeeze hand sanitizer into your hands, I'm like, oh no. But, I put up with it because, of course, it makes sense.
Like where? Wait, what do you mean? Like if you walk in somewhere and there's someone standing there and they give you a little squirt?
Mm-hmm.
I've seen that.
I'm trying to remember where we went because my
Do they have
hands.
that at Trader Joe's?
Trader Joe's, they definitely do it.
What?
Oh,
They
wow.
do?
Yep.
They have someone with a big pump. I don't know if it might have
I
been
thought
optional.
it's
I don't know.
optional.
Might have been.
My hands have been.
It's optional, but they really there's some pre-shaming going on when they hold that thing up. It's not like, would you like it? It's like, you should have some of this. You look stinky.
I think we looked at a preschool
Right.
because the one that we are sending the kids back to, which is the one they were at before, was all
They
full
made us.
when I wanted to send Elliot back. And we toured another preschool, and I think they did the compulsory hand sanitizer. I don't know. I can't remember, but I've been trying to figure it out because my hands are extra peely right now.
That's my issue with that one. Like I've been carrying hand sanitizer in my purse since we had kids because
Yeah.
and I have specific kinds that I like.
Oh, what are they?
And I'm picky about it. And this is my issue with you forcing me to use yours. What if I stand there and take mine out and put it in my hands? Because some of them smell so bad.
Yeah.
There is some hand sanitizer where you can wash your hands for hours afterwards and it still smells horrible.
What are the ones you like?
We have some spray stuff from Suave. It's so great.
I enjoy Suave.
They do a spray hand sanitizer that's amazing. Bath and Body Works has one that is an orange scent, and it smells so good. And then I also don't mind the Target one.
You do work for them.
Yeah, and Sam's Club.
Okay. Anyway, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your very nice Thank you for your iTunes comments of the week. Keep them coming. I love when I look at the Apple Podcast app and I see new nice comments. So just keep them coming and I'll continue reading them on the show. And I don't know if I'm done talking about the weird one about my hands. What do we guess? Do we guess that it's someone who heard me talking about it on the show or someone who is following me into bathrooms? Public bathrooms.
Well, since you hate washing your hands so much, I'm guessing you brought it up before.
Yeah.
Maybe a little of both. Or maybe they're just
A little of both.
Or maybe they're just
Those two,
pandemic
and then also
shaming
that it was
you.
Daniel that made the comment. So between those three things, I think problem solved.
Like, maybe this is some weird, like, pandemic burn that now people are going to say about people. Like, that's how you really, like, I'm throwing the biggest insult I can imagine.
Yeah.
And that's the one I imagine.
I'm walking a real fine. I'm really trying to twist myself into a pretzel here because I want everyone to understand two things. One, I'm clean and hygienic. And if you've ever washed my hands or eaten food that I prepared, you don't have to be worried. And two, I don't always wash my hands because washing my hands makes my skin start to peel and it's very uncomfortable. And I feel this is sort of, there's probably some kind of name in for people who study philosophy. There's some kind of name for this situation I'm trying to straddle. These two, like, I think it's mutually exclusive. It's like, look, either you wash your hands every time and you're clean, or you don't and you're disgusting.
You look like you've been chowing box, man.
It's like Schrodinger's hand washing. So I just, you know what? If everyone has to think I'm disgusting, so be it. That's the price I pay. You know what? Fuck it. I should be able to say whatever I want. And if I hurt someone's feelings, fuck them. Yeah. I am using Retin A right now. And so that is involving a lot of hand washing. So someone here does wash her hands. So take it back. Okay. Let's see. We don't have a ton of time. I think we should do some Just Me or Everyone. But first, I need to circle back to the new house. Well, a couple questions. Did it go like way over asking? Because I've heard out here things are going like crazy over asking.
No, we got a full offer.
Okay.
Yeah, we got a full offer, but we got above appraisal.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
So a lot of times if people are doing a loan, appraisals are really critical. And it went quite a bit over appraisal, which was nice. So we went in kind of high.
Did they write you a letter, like a love letter to the house, and why this is the house for them?
No.
But I've
I
heard
would
of
reject
this.
that.
I've heard of this
That sounds
like
awkward.
being a thing. We did not have that. No.
No, this particular person had lost out on a number of houses, and so I think they were excited to get an offer accepted.
Yeah. It's so competitive right now that
Yeah, we don't need love letters. Just give us a fair offer, and you know, real estate can be really tricky. You know, you can get sued pretty easily. So you just want to go. You choose the best, most qualified candidate, and that's the only indicators you use, because that's who you want. Someone who will clear financing.
You don't base it on how they look in the photo?
Exactly. So
Yeah.
So,
My sister just texted me today. She sold a property, and she said, our 925 square foot house had 42 15-minute scheduled showings in 12 hours, 11 offers, 10 love letters. Sold it for $31,000 over ask with no inspections.
Whoa.
with no inspections is crazy.
that is
crazy. That seems silly.
But that's how it's happening in Utah, where my mom is. Some houses are getting 90 offers.
Yeah.
I mean, what?
Yeah. This is where I go, like, I have never seen it like this. It's not even what we saw in 2008. Nobody has a clue what's happening, and it feels very scary.
It feels very
unsettling.
Yes. We need to get into a home and
it just seems bananas.
not do this again.
Yeah.
Wait, Jeff, how big was that property?
925 square feet
Oh, okay.
inside.
For some reason,
not a big place.
My brain turned it into 91,000. I was like, my God, this is a
91,000
huge
square
house.
feet.
No inspection.
Sold a warehouse. It was an indoor
It was a
RV
Sam's
storage
Club.
space. That's how big it was.
And Jenna and Al, what's the new place like? I made note of it because you said it's a lot of fun.
Does it have a slide?
Oh yeah, we've got
An indoor slide.
Yeah, an indoor slide. Basically, have you ever seen the movie Blank Check?
That
it's
is-
exactly like that.
I've never seen
I
that.
was going to
Some type
quote.
of indoor boxing ring.
Yeah. A limo.
A slide that takes you out to the pool that we don't have.
No.
No, the house, I work from home all the time. We have the podcast going on. And so this house has like a room that we can dedicate to the podcast. I have a real excluded office, which is nice. A little more open floor plan for
Open
the
floor
kids.
plan so that we can all kind of enjoy
Yeah.
each other's company when we're all in the main floor.
Yeah. So it just kind of checked all the boxes. Like we kind of,
Yeah.
because we've always talked about like, well, what's the forever home? What is that going to be like? And there was just, we wanted a bedroom on the main floor. So
You guys,
this one checked all those boxes.
What's the golf cart situation?
Still golf
100%.
cart approved.
100%.
Yeah, you kidding me?
Yeah. Come out and visit us.
Oh
We'll
my
take you
goodness,
around.
come visit. Yes. So, but we are going to have to do a little updating on the house as far as not big stuff. Like we don't need to do a remodel necessarily, but like every room's a different color.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. So
It's
fun
not,
stuff like that.
Yeah, it's not a perfect house for sure. So,
But it's going to be a great, we call it our forever home because it's like the house that we really wanted to be in. So
Do you have a tree in the backyard?
We have a forest.
Yeah,
in
we
the
actually don't have
backyard.
any grass.
There's no grass because it's all trees.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can you see the forest for the?
Well, we're
Honey,
in the forest.
Tony, cut that out.
Go ahead.
I want a
Daniel.
tree in our backyard because we can't put like a
Hammock.
tree house or anything.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Bummer.
Yeah.
Well, this is exciting. Did you bring your huge swing set?
No.
We left that.
We sold that with the house.
Yeah.
That was a hard thing for the ladies, but they handled it like champs.
They understood what
Yeah.
we were going through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will you get a new one, or are you past swing set age? I wouldn't know. The little guy is going to want a swing set.
Maybe.
The neighborhood we're moving into does have like a little pool for everybody, so that was kind of our saving grace on the like, we won't have the playground, but we can go swimming every day this summer if we want to.
How fun! Like, how far from the current place is the new place?
Like 2 miles.
Yeah,
not
mile and a
even.
half.
Mile
Okay.
and a
Not-
half.
not very
yeah.
far.
Super
Yeah.
close.
Still in the
So
same
the kids
city.
can go play in the old swing set still.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. Well,
It's
the
like
thing
it's like
is,
when you retain mineral rights to a property. Be like, we retain the playground rights to this property.
we need the swings. That's really all we need.
We just need some good swings. So we'll take it.
I was thinking you should be able to the property behind our house, the house behind ours, they have a tree that's a really nice tree that's like right against the property line. So just on the other side of the fence. And I was thinking like, why can't I just go to them? It's an old couple. They're never in their backyard. And just say, look, I want to buy 4 feet of your property. Like, I just want to extend our property back, you know, so that we get that tree. Why can't you fucking do that?
Al, do you
you know.
understand the real estate?
Well, I think as long
behind that?
if you're both in agreement, then I think it's up to you in the city and county at that point.
I think
don't
it's
know.
zoned, right?
Yeah,
like
they-
you can't.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well, I
just
think
go
the
buy
city
it.
determines where the property line is.
Like I'm just
Yeah.
going to
Right.
buy up some square footage of my next door neighbors. I'm not going to buy their house. I'm just going to buy like part of their backyard.
Maybe you
it's
could rent
probably
it.
possible. I just don't know.
I like the renting idea. Maybe lease it. Yeah, just lease that portion.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he wants
it
the
out.
tree to be his tree.
It is a good
want the
question.
tree.
Can 2 people decide? Like, can one downsize their lot? Jeff, I feel like you should know.
You can. I have a friend that lives in Los Angeles that has this weird little nook of a piece of property that abutted to his neighbor, and he sold it to his neighbor.
Boom.
There you go.
Daniel.
I'm
get
sure it's
on
not
it.
easy, but you can do it.
I bet you that increases your property value too because you got more square footage.
Yeah.
So
And
you
you
gotta
got a
start making some
tree.
cookies,
You
take
gotta
some
start
gifts over
schmoozing
there.
those neighbors.
Yeah.
I don't even think we know them.
Well, you've got a lot of work to do then.
Let's go knocking on the door.
I like a project.
watch
I
a
like a
tree.
challenge.
The real fun part, though, is while we're in this move. I don't know if you've noticed back there.
Oh, this is good.
This is a little
family
this
history.
is a little family gem here.
What is
This
that?
looks like an advertisement that you would see in a shopping mall.
Because it is.
And let's see, right there, this guy in the blue, that's me
This guy?
hitting on a girl named Laura Piper. She was 6 and I was 5.
Oh, wow.
Always.
What's
always
Laura
been
doing
into-
these days?
Yeah, no idea.
I don't
No
know. Let's
idea.
check his Facebook messages.
And
he doesn't know, Jenna.
And then
See how quickly he deployed the I don't know?
depends on what kind
I
of back
do.
you
He
are.
knows.
3 of my siblings are in the photo. My mom is in this photo.
That's so cool. And
This
this was
is,
in a shopping mall?
Yeah, so
So get on Patreon so you can see this picture.
yeah, my
Patreon.
dad spent probably 15 years managing shopping malls, and when we moved to Southern Indiana, we built one called River Falls
I'm
Mall.
in the way.
And it had an amusement park on the inside. It had a Ferris wheel
How
or
fun.
a merry-go-round and arcades and bumper cars. And so when they built this train that went through around the mini golf course, we got to be in all the pictures for the promos.
That's so cool.
So yeah, very very kitschy. I'm at my mom's house.
It's fun.
All right. Let's talk about something, and then we'll do it just mirror everyone. Boy, we're going to run out of time. Okay, Jenna, do you relate to this? So the pass, get the hell out of here. That is Scott Rudin, who is, have you heard that name?
Pass,
Wasn't
pass,
it
get the
movie,
fuck out of here.
Screenplays, something or other. I don't know.
That's okay for me to say that, right, Daniel?
Say what?
That's Scott Rudin who had said that.
Yeah, I've said it.
Okay, yeah.
I think I said it.
So he's this producer, and there's stories going around town about him right now that he's just like this horrendous bully, and it's supposed to be like the worst kept secret in Hollywood or something. Because
He puts the rude in
exactly. Exactly. So Daniel told me that the way he knew about this is because he was dating a woman who worked for Scott Rudin.
No. The way I first heard about it.
Yes. And I was like...
Which is important because everybody who works in Hollywood knows about Scott Rudin's antics. This isn't like a secret.
Yes.
Okay.
And I was like, Daniel and I have been together for 10 years. This is the first I'm ever hearing this. And no, I'm not jealous. It truly... And the more you try to say you're not jealous, the more you sound jealous. But I swear to God, I'm not jealous. I just have some questions. I just want to know a little more about who she is, but I can't ask them without him thinking and everyone thinking that I'm jealous, but I'm really not. Eye doctor professor bitch.
Yeah, but also like, I mean, I know you're not jealous.
Thank you.
Okay? But also like, who cares if you are? You are the one married to him.
Yeah, but no, but
okay?
thank you, but also I'm really not. I just want to know what's her name, what'd she look
What
like,
does she do? What's her Instagram handle?
And
what is she up to now?
what happened, like how come it didn't go further, you know? Yeah.
Oh, that's a deep dive.
How do you know it didn't?
What'd you say?
I said, how do you know it didn't go further?
And by the way, I never even got my answers questioned, and the other way around. I never even asked them. Because Daniel said her name, and I was like, oh, I have literally never heard this name.
Why do you think we moved to Burbank?
Seems weird that you haven't mentioned her name before, Daniel. Maybe we should just throw it back on him here.
And then he was like, let's say her name was Lucy. You know about Lucy. Lucy's she's the one who dated, you've heard about Lucy. She's the one who worked for Scott Rudin. And I'm like, now we're just going in a circle. I for sure didn't. Anyway, Daniel, what do you have to say for yourself?
I like keeping it a mystery from you. I like the fact that this is driving you crazy.
But it's not.
That's the thing. But Al does that to me. He just like withhold just because he knows it bugs me.
What good are the answers going to do, no matter what they are?
I don't know.
No progress.
I don't like that attitude.
Yeah. We ran into one of Al's ex-girlfriends at the airport here in Atlanta once. Yeah.
It's true, we did.
What happened?
She was like, Al!
That is not true.
Oh my goodness.
That's not true.
I mean, that's how I heard it in my head before I punched her. No, I didn't do that. I don't know violence. We ran into her. She was with her kids and her husband.
They had just gotten off a red-eye flight.
They had just gotten off a red-eye. And we, what were we doing?
We were flying to Florida.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, weird. And we had to chit-chat for a while. And then I had to, it was a really short.
2 minutes.
It was a really short flight down to Florida, but the entire 45 minutes was me going like, so how long did you guys date? Why did you date? Why did it not work out? Do you like blondes? She's also blonde. You know I'm not a natural blonde, right? A lot of questions that we had to tackle.
So,
and I didn't answer any of them.
Depends
on what kind of pack leader you are.
Had you ever heard of her?
Yeah, you knew who she was.
Did I?
Yeah, she got a crazy name. You always make fun of me. Yeah.
He's dated all girls with just the most interesting names.
Interesting.
I want to hear them.
I will share them off the podcast. I do not want them out there. They're so crazy.
Well, the problem is if he says them, then they're too unique.
You'd be able to find them. I bet.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Really?
So,
yeah.
Are they like Ethel Dreda and Ionara or whatever from the? Oh, you guys watch The Crown, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
We just finished the 4 seasons. So good. But wait, I have to. Okay, so back to Al and this girlfriend. So you knew of her when you guys ran into each other in the airport. How long did it take for you to put together who this was?
Show me your boobs.
It took me not very long, but I was shocked because I had never seen a picture of her. And that was a little like unsettling because I did think, are we similar looking?
Are you?
Kind of.
I like what I like.
So he has a type.
Yeah, that I think that was the thing I learned.
The first time you talked about it, I thought, I need to get these for Jenna.
But we survived. We've moved on past it.
I'm doing just
Clearly.
fine now.
And and may we never run into an ex-boyfriend of mine. Get out of my face and shut your dirty mouth.
Yeah.
Daniel, I don't think I've ever met someone that you've dated, have I?
No. My greatest fear is that we run into an ex somewhere. Like we were looking for homes in an area that was very close to my ex, and I was just like, this house sucks. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, entire town.
Structure looks like it's going to fall apart.
Let's
There's
get
no
far
yard.
away from this neighborhood.
There's no yard. Look at
Quickly
how
possible.
run down it is. I hear the property values are going down.
Entire towns were off limits, which I thought was weird. Entire neighborhoods.
How many people
Entire
did you
wedding
date?
venues.
I mean, it's just like the prospect of going to Whole Foods or Trader Joe's or something and running into her is just like, oh.
Yeah, but that's not.
Wow.
But that's not because of my reaction. That's because of your.
It would just, I don't know. I just want to avoid it. It's better.
Oh, I don't think I
better to
would.
avoid it.
If I ran into an ex, I don't think there's anybody that'd be like, it wouldn't be awkward. I'd just be like, yeah, you've done better. I've done better. We were terrible. It never would have worked out.
Part of the problem is that my exes are like nowhere to be found online. They have like scrubbed themselves from the internet.
Because
they're
of
there.
what you did
They're
to
there, but
them?
like, what's that?
Because of what happened between the two of
That's
you?
right. That's
Daniel.
right. When I leave a woman, I make sure they shut it down. Yeah, I don't fuck around,
seems
Jenna.
weird.
That's the thing about me.
Clearly.
And so I have no idea how she's doing. With the one ex in particular.
Right, like she could be in a better place, or her life could have stopped the moment Daniel waltzed out of her life.
I know that's not true, but like, if she's in a great place, I would have no problem running into. I mean, it still would be awkward, and I would like to avoid it. But I think the main fear is that, like, I don't know.
You ruined her life.
What
No,
if
What's that?
what if Allison met this person she didn't know, and then they become like best friends? She invites her over for a play date, and then things get crazy.
Yes. That makes it sound like then we all enter into a throuple. Things get crazy. Clothes are flying off. That would be awkward.
That would be awkward. I wasn't thinking that, but hey.
Honey, would you be open to that?
Do you want me to be?
Bringing someone into our marriage?
And that person being your ex-girlfriend?
Or anyone?
Probably. I feel like it's probably a bad idea, but I'll entertain the thought for the sake of this podcast. Okay, listen.
Yeah.
I
love it.
I hate it. I have flapped my gums so much that we don't have time to do Just Me or Everyone, and I hate that because you know what? I'm sorry. I hate that because people I feel like I need to include things that people send to the show more. And I feel like I included a lot, but I need to do it more because my listeners are such a huge part of the show. So this is me giving you my word that I will get back to doing Just Me or Everyone more often. Send your JMOs to @ARIYNBF and use hashtag JMOE. And also listen to my Monday show with Mary Lynn Rice Cub. She is delightful. And the video of that, if you want to see a video, youtube.com Facebook.com/Allison Rosen, or just listen, wherever you listen. And I would like to say hello and welcome to my new Patreon peeps.
Allison wants to say thank you to a couple of special people out there who signed up to be new patrons. Patreon.com/Allison Rosen.
Do you recognize who did that song? It's our very own Tony Thaxton.
What?
That's right.
Whoa.
That was really good.
I really like it.
I really.
Thank you.
Get the beans one ready. I'm gonna make you play that one too, because Tony also made a jingle to introduce a segment that Daniel and I do sometimes called Daniel's Cool Beans, where he reviews beans. You got to hear that one. It's super catchy. But anyway, okay. I would like to say hello and welcome to Mel, to Tara M, to Mad City Architect, and to Sarah R. Edie R and Sam Y have converted from monthly to annual. Edie R has increased her pledge, and Eva K and Sarah have increased their pledges. If any of this sounds intriguing, patreon.com/Allison Rosen. And if you sign up for an annual subscription, you get 2 months free. So 12 months for the price of 10. Okay, let's hear this beans jingle.
All right.
Black beans, kidney beans, pinto beans, and lima beans, red beans, mung beans, navy beans, and fava beans. Really be nice or really be mean. It's time for Daniel's Cool Beans.
I mean, that is a barn burner, humdinger thing that'll
Love
be.
it.
It's an
Love it,
earworm.
love it.
It's a real earworm. All right. This has been too much fun. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Allison Rosen. Jenna and Al, where might we find you?
Oh, please listen to our podcast. Couple Friends Podcast features us, the two of us, Monday through Friday, or if you just want to listen to one long episode on Friday. And we talk about all kinds of silly stuff, lots of fun stuff, and a little bit about our own lives and what's going on. So check out couplefriendspodcast.com for more info. And then, of course, follow me on social media at Jenna Kim Jones.
Big news. We have a Patreon, patreon.com/Jenna Kim Jones. And Jenna's latest album that's playing on SiriusXM right now is going to be launched on Patreon first.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And the video will be on there as well, because we did shoot it.
Yep.
So
the video will only be on Patreon for the most part.
Yeah.
Maybe some
and then,
clips
and
here
then
and
we're going
there
to
out
release
there,
the
but-
full album a couple weeks after that.
Yeah, so if you want to hear the new album, patreon.com/Jenna Kim Jones.
Yeah. check it out.
That
Thanks.
is very exciting. Thank you. Daniel, what about you?
Oh, you can find me at Daniel Quantz, Twitter and Instagram. I am, posting all sorts of fun shit that you can't live without. D Quantz on the Snappy.
Oh, God.
No, it's not. Got to bring the positive attitude up your butt.
Jeff, what about you?
You can follow me on the Facebook, Twitter, and that's it, at Colonel Jeff Fox. And also check out the Bully Pulpit podcast from the USC Dornsife School for the Political Future, Center for the Political Future, pardon me. There was a 3-part series that we did on conspiracy theories yesterday and today. Super interesting. All the crazy conspiracy stuff that you hear going on right now is explained. And then also there are examples of exactly similar conspiracy theories dating back to like the 1100s. It's super interesting 3-part series. Daniel, I thought of you specifically.
I know. I got to listen.
Yeah.
That sounds
The Bully
really
Pulpit,
good.
wherever finer podcasts are found.
The Bully Pulpit. Wonderful. And Tony?
Twitter and Instagram at
Tony Thaxton.
and my podcast Bizarre Albums every Tuesday.
Awesome. You guys, this was so much fun. Thank you so much. Listeners, thank you for listening. I love you. You matter. Goodbye.
Hey, do you know about the Allison Rosen Show?